strange looking animal behind me. And actually, the cool thing about water temperature is we never see manatees in February out in these waters because the water's too cold. Well, this winter, because it was so mild, we're seeing manatees every few days. We're seeing manatees out here. So normally you would never see them out here, but because the water's nice and warm for them, they can live come out in this time of the year. Now, if you look at them, it looks like they're pretty fat as well. You would think, well, they look like they have a lot of blubber on them. Well, actually, they don't have blubber. It's not thick blubber like the dolphins and the whales have. It's actually a very not as dense layer of fat. And the manatees are used to the tropical areas, so they're designed for the really, really warm water. So if the water gets too cold, actually about 68 degrees or colder, that's Fahrenheit, that's the range we go by. If it gets below 68, they actually can die of hypothermia. So like they start shivering and they could actually die. So much different than the dolphins, where the adult dolphins can go all the way down to about 40-degree water temperature. That's right above freezing. You know, at 32 degrees, water turns into an ice cube. So that's when you know it's really cold. It's freezing at 32. Well, at 40 degrees, the adult dolphins can be swimming around perfectly fine without being stressed at all. So they're really used to the warm and cold waters, which is why we have this local population hanging here all year round. Now you can see how we're having these big changes. 50 degrees water temperatures 2 years ago and only 70 degrees this year. That's a big difference for only 2 years. And that is an effect that a lot of people believe in called global warming. And we believe that global warming can be caused or is caused by things that are man-made. And a lot of it has to do with pollution and things like that. So it goes back to the same thing with like saving Seymour. It's by keeping our environment clean and our habitats clean and our home clean and using as little bit of water and electricity, and it's called conservation. By doing these things, we can reduce the pollution level and help global warming. So what they say is because of all the chemicals and pollutants in the atmosphere floating around in the air, that helps trap the heat in the earth. It helps warm the earth up more and more, which they say will continue to happen. Now, normally though, even the earth, if you guys have heard, 10, 20,000 years ago was an ice age, and a lot of the water was frozen in ice, and the whole earth was really, really cold. And that's a normal pattern of the earth. It gets really cold, and then it will get really hot again, and then after thousands of years, everything will freeze up again into ice, and then it'll get really warm again. So we're on a normal track too as well. So as the earth warms normally, it's getting warmer and warmer, but also because of the pollution and things like that from us, I think it's helping speed up that cycle. So another way to where we can help the earth and help the dolphins and the manatees from getting confused, because one winter they're dying because it's too cold. 2 years later they're in the area that they're never in because it's too warm. So it shows this imbalance on the earth. So a way that we can help ourselves, our planet, and all the animals like the manatee here and Seymour and the other dolphins is by teaching others the stuff that we're learning today, and by doing our best not to litter and to conserve water and electricity and things like that. And there's all kinds of little small things that we can do, but if all of us do it together as a community, as a family, or even as all the people on the earth do it together, those little tiny changes. Just think about it. If you threw a gum wrapper on the ground, and 7 billion other people did that at the same time, we'd be floating in gum wrappers, all trash, if everybody did that. But if 7 billion people picked up a piece of trash or a gum wrapper, then the earth would get cleaned up pretty quick. So we really can make a difference. So you guys don't ever feel like, oh, you're too small or not important enough, because you're just as important as the president or I am, or any of these doctors or any other guys. So you can make just as big of a change, a positive change on our planet. So That shows you how just a couple degrees in water temperature can really affect how everything's living around here, from the fish to the birds, dolphins, and manatees. And we can help the earth get back into that balance by keeping it clean and spreading the word. So what do you guys think? It's pretty exciting to know that you guys can make a difference, huh? Well, we could. Yeah, if you think about it, if 7 billion people throw a piece of trash on the ground, we'd all be living in trash. But if 7 billion people picked up one piece of trash, and that's only one piece of trash, that only takes a few seconds to do, we could really make a difference. So it's very, very true. So you guys have any questions or comments about our water temperatures, or keeping our planet clean? Okay. Is there any fish a dolphin will not eat? Well, there probably are a couple. That might have poisons in them, or like a puffer fish. That might be kind of a hard one. We've actually seen a dolphin playing with a puffer fish once, and kind of put it in her mouth, and when it puffed up and all the little spikes came out, it kind of let it go pretty quick. But in most cases, they'll eat just about any kind of fish they can find. They're not really picky. They probably have their favorites, just like we do. You know, you might like oranges better than apples, but if there's no oranges around and you're really hungry, you're going to eat that apple. So they probably have ones that they really like to stay away from, but in most cases, they're going to eat whatever they can catch, because they never know when the next fish is going to come along. So they can't be too picky.